Hey, let's talk about vector marketing, aka Cutco. Now, we're not going to talk about how Cutco is a multi-level marketing scheme, and we're certainly not going to talk about how they prey on high school and college-age kids to sell their knives. Let's not even mention that their job recruiters have a history of being super pushy and lying to recruit people. Let's even forget that they spend a ton of time convincing people on websites that they own, like cutconotascam.com or whatever it's called, that they're not a scam. They spend time doing this. And we'll ignore that they've been sued for deceptive recruitment practices. Hell, we'll even ignore that they've been court-ordered to compensate for unpaid training. And we won't even talk about how they provide absolutely zero safety training to any of their door-to-door reps, which has resulted in the assault of at least one employee. No, we're just gonna talk about the knife itself. By the way, if you guys want more information on anything I just mentioned, it comes from a wonderful video by Illuminati. I'll go ahead and leave the link down in the description. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is probably gonna be a pretty short one today. There's not a lot to say here. There's a lot to say, but it can be said pretty quickly. This video is probably not gonna be very long at all. Now, we have a Cutco knife. I didn't buy one of these. I've mentioned in the past, this is what I sharpened in my sharpening video. I sharpened this for a friend, so guys, again, I've had your knife for way too long. I'm gonna get it back to you soon, and I'm also sorry for trashing it, but it's gotta be said. So yeah, we have a, not 8-inch chef's knife, we have a 7 5/8 inch chef knife. Why? Sure. We're gonna talk about, this thing's $152. What are you getting for $152? You're getting a stamped blade, first of all. This thing isn't forged. This is cut out of a single piece of sheet metal and then polished up and sharpened. It's not actually handmade, anything like that. You've got 440A steel, not even 440C, which is higher carbon. They'll say things like it's the same grade as surgical steel. It's not. It's just cheap steel. I couldn't find a proper hardness rating from the website. The only thing that I saw was 56 to 60 HRC. Now 56 is paltry, that's terrible. 60's pretty good, pretty decent. If their heat treatment results in 56 to 60, that is insane. That is a huge margin, which results in terrible inconsistencies, but I'm waving this thing around in my face. I'm kind of inclined to believe that this is close to the 56 range. There's nothing about this thing that impresses me. And then this handle, this ugly, uncomfortable handle, it doesn't feel good to hold. It doesn't feel good to hold. I used the knife a little bit, just to touch, just to I already knew what I thought about it. But I tried to use it. I didn't take any footage of it, unfortunately. It's a knife, it cuts. It doesn't feel good to use. It doesn't rock well. It doesn't push well. Guys, if I'm being honest, the only good thing that I can really think to say about this knife is that it's kind of light. You know, I guess that's what happens when you take 3/8 of an inch off a chef's knife. I don't know. But then, I mean, this thing is all handle too, so I don't know. For $152, you're getting a stamped, not forged knife with cheap steel, low hardness, very, very uncouth, shady business practices. There's no reason to buy this knife. Do not buy a Cutco knife. In fact, if a Cutco rep knocks on your door trying to sell you knives, I don't know if they're still doing that. You shouldn't be knocking doors during COVID. Go find something else to do. I'm gonna put this down before I take my eye out. If a Cutco rep knocks on your door, invite them inside, show them this video, show them the video I linked below, tell them to stop selling Cutco knives and to get a better job, because they're being treated like shit. What about some other stuff you can buy? Well, I have my beautiful knife rack right here, my knife strip, and I'm gonna tell you guys, this one's actually not on the strip. First off, we've got our con, which I've talked about in depth before. I love this knife. For $139, it's cheaper and it's way better. And if you use discount code LaunchPad, you can get $5 off the knife. So it's even cheaper than that. Plus a portion of it goes to charity. Yeah, so you can use this. Maybe you don't want to spend that much even, but you still want a better knife than the Cutco knife. Well, you can get your Forge to Table Bunka. This guy's only $90. You can use code LaunchpadCooks to get a portion taken off of that as well. Now, you may be thinking at this point, well, the knives you're recommending, you have discount codes for, and you're just trying to shill them to make a quick buck. Well, yeah, kinda. I want to make money. But also, I trust these knives. I use them, I like them, that's why I have deals with them. But sure, why not? Remember this guy? The Sam the Cooking Guy Nakiri. Now, this knife represents my most disliked video because I didn't like this knife. I would much rather have this than a Cutco, and it's $79. I'm not shilling, guys. The Cutcos suck. Get your Sam the Cooking Guy knife instead of a Cutco knife, seriously. And I'll give you one last recommendation. The one, the only Binging with Babish knife. 22, 23 bucks. I think it's what it's going for on Amazon right now. Blows that thing, I said it over there, blows that piece of shit Cutco out of the water. We already know this thing's a great knife for its price. This thing's a phenomenal knife for its price. Don't buy Cutco. I really can't express that enough. Do not buy Cutco knives. They are a terrible company. They make terrible knives. They way overcharge. There's absolutely no reason at all I can think to support this company. So, that about does it. If you've made it this far, I don't know how long this video is going to be. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 7, maybe 3. Who the f knows? If you've made it this far, hit those buttons down below, that thumbs up, maybe even that sub button. Tell YouTube you like me. Leave a comment down below. Especially if you've had Cutco knives, you've used them. I'd love to know your thoughts, what you think. If you have any buyer's remorse, if you stand by them, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, housekeeping as usual. Patreon homies, shout out to y'all every month, helping me pay my bills. Don't forget, you can join the Patreon or you can become a channel member. Same thing, you get early access to all of my videos unless I'm running super late like last week or probably this week. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna f with you. But yeah, as little as $1 on the Patreon, you get access. Also, haven't mentioned in a while, Instagram, Twitter, links to those in the bottom. You wanna see more pictures of Corin or food that I'm making just at home for myself. You wanna hear stupid thoughts that I have about stupid things, you can check that Twitter out. And again, another thing that I almost never push, but I'll say it because I haven't mentioned it in several videos. I got that P.O. box. You wanna send me something funny, something stupid, something, anything really, send it to me. I'll open it in a video or on stream whenever I decide to start streaming again. I think that does it. I got my point across. I love y'all. I'll see you soon.